Okay, so you may have noticed my last video cut off, I think I said, and then Vinnie Moore joined, because basically I've waffled on for 33 minutes. How I managed to do this, I don't know, but I can't be asked going back and refilming, because this is already the second time I've done this. So, I said Vinnie Moore joined UFO, that was in 2004, so basically what happens, obviously Schenker had gone, and so began like the fourth proper era of UFO, consistent era. So basically the first album they did, this is the only one I own, is You Are Here. So this came out in 2004, so you got Vinnie Moore on guitar, Paul Raymond, Pete Wayne, Phil Mogg, all classic members, and Jason Bonham on drums. It's a really good record. It's produced by Tommy Newton, sorry. I think he's a German producer. So it's just got a good big sound, but it's sort of authentically kind of hard rock. And the songs are really good. When Daylight Goes to Town, Black Cold Coffee, Wild One, Give It Up. Yeah, those four really good. Call Me, yeah, Slipping Away, Spark That Is Us, Sympathy, Mr. Freeze, Jello Man, Baby Blue Swallow. Yeah, there's not a bad track on this album, and I'll definitely give it an 8 out of 10. I think the biggest thing with this is Vinnie Moore brings loads of creativity, loads of good riffs that Michael Schenker, in all truth, wasn't bringing on the previous things. I was thinking about it before, really, after the end of the Paul Chapman era, it's kind of a bit wishy-washy, I suppose, UFO. After that, there's the Atomic Tommy M, then they disappear for a bit, and then they did an album with Lawrence Archer, then that that stops, and then it starts up again with Schenker, Walk on Water, that stops again, then they did the two albums with Schenker, which, to me, the Covenant and the Sharks album, it just doesn't feel that it doesn't feel Schenker's that arsed, if I'm honest, it feels on the Walk on Water, yeah, this is the classic UFO lineup, but by the time they did those albums, they're a four-piece with Ainsley Dunbar on drums, so, this, if you say like the earlier, the Mick Bolton era, even though I'm not into that, I'd call that era one, the Decker era, then they kind of start afresh again with the Schenker era, and then the defined Chapman era over 4 albums. Then there's kind of the up-down era, and then it finishes with the Vinnie Moore era. So, like I say, You Are Here 2004. Andy Parker comes back into the fold for 2006 is the Monkey Puzzle. I saw them on this tour, and they were good. They were in good form. Pete Way was still in the band then, he was in good form. Paul Raymond was still with us. I wasn't that keen on the album. I didn't like the production, and after that they did The Visitor in 2009, and again I wasn't as fussed with that. I think Seven Deadly sounded a bit better, and I keep intending to check out Conspiracy of Stars. So they've actually done 5 proper albums with Vinnie Moore, and then they've done an album of cover versions called the Salsalito Sessions, and also the DVD, a live Showtime I think it's called. So it's been a consistent era, and Vinnie Moore's been there longer than any other guitarist in years' time, and he's made more albums than Paul Chapman, and he's made as many studio albums as Michael Schenker made in his classic era. So he's been a great addition. It was sad to see Pete Way go, but obviously he had kind of issues off stage, and the band needed to continue, so they got a guy called Rob DeLuca. And recently I lost Paul Raymond, which is sad, and obviously Phil Moggs has decided to stop touring, but at the moment they're still doing, or will be picking up with their 50th anniversary tour. So that will be Andy Parker, Phil Mogg, as the 2 original members, which, for a band that's been going 50 years, there's a lot of bands you go and see now, they often only have 1 or 2 original members, like Uriah Heep. If you see Judas Priest, there's just 2 original members on stage now. Saxon, same thing. UFO, they've survived, and in the last, since Vinnie Moore joined the band, I think they've thrived, because in a lot of ways they've got a consistency of sound, they're well organised, and there's not any of the internal squabbling or people leaving and things like that. So that ends my patter on UFO. I've got a Michael Schenker one after this that I'll upload, and that kind of continues his saga. So I hope you enjoy that. Cheers, thanks very much.